I love it.
Welcome back to Entrepreneurs LGBTQ. And today I'm proud, happy, excited. It's all the emotions together because for a long time I wanted to interview Sabrina Gill. And hello, Sabrina. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. It's always great to spend time with you, Aaron.
Yes, and as we were talking before, we usually have just limited time to talk. Not it's in a conference or like last time in November, we just have a few minutes to speak. But tell me, how is everything? How is where are you in the United States now?
So, literally 6 months ago today,
Hmm.
I left New York and came down to Florida. I've been in Venice, Florida at my grandmother's house in a retirement community, which has been very interesting to say the least. But my partner and I and the dog, we're all staying safe from COVID, and we at least get to enjoy sunshine and the beach and getting to actually be out there and enjoy a little bit of life right now, because obviously we all have to make sacrifices to keep everyone safe in this time. As you know, in Peru, it's a bad situation everywhere. So, we're just lucky to have our health and to have one another. And I've been very blessed that my family has stayed out of harm's way as it relates to COVID, and just continuing to keep working and supporting LGBT businesses.
And that's right what you said. We right now it's about to try to continue working remotely, and most important, being safe. And I think the positive the positive of all this virus is that bring the families close, especially the ones that we love.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is something that's been, I think, true for so many people, is reevaluating your priorities and understanding where you weren't fulfilling yourself in life. And family is, for me, a huge part of that. And I know not all LGBTQ people are fortunate to have families that they can turn to during these times. And that's so deeply unfortunate. I'm very lucky that I have a supportive family that wanted to make sure that my partner and I were safe and gave us a place to be during this time.
I'm glad to hear that part, especially for you and your partner. And tell me, well, people wants to know because you in the background you have NGLCC, and some of the people who watch this program, who start watching, doesn't know what NGLCC stand for.
Yes. So NGLCC stands for the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce. You can see
Mm-hmm.
right here. Um, we were founded in 2002 by Justin Nelson and Chance Mitchell, our current co-founders, CEO, and president today, um, to support the LGBTQ business community. And at first, it was just focused on the US, and we've now expanded. We have over 15 global affiliate chambers that I believe span altogether, I think, over 35 countries, including our Pan-Eastern European affiliate chamber, but we're in India, we're in South Africa. As you know, we're heavily concentrated in Latin America and the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And then we work here in the US. And the idea is to bridge the gap between corporate partners and LGBT owned businesses, to create opportunity for LGBT owned businesses to not only work with those corporations or even government entities for that matter, but also to create opportunity with one another so that LGBT businesses are working with one another and supporting one another, and keeping the wealth within the family and continuing to grow and sustain our economies, because we are a vibrant part of the global economy. And our contributions deserve to be recognized, and we should be doing all that we can to uplift one another as LGBT owned businesses. So I've been very proud to work with the NGLCC, first as an intern in 2014, and then having come back in 2015 full time, and have been with the NGLCC ever since. So it's been an amazing journey, and I love what I get to do in working with LGBT owned businesses and amazing people like you, who really make the impact of this work so worthwhile and fulfilling.
And yes, Sabrina has been in different areas at the NGLCC. Right now, she is the senior vice president. Senior Vice President at NGLCC. So I didn't mention that at the beginning, but here you have Sabrina, and you will recognize her name when you visit their website, nglcc.org. So, Sabrina, so you mentioned that you started as an intern in 2014, but who was Sabrina before that? What did you do before jumping the NGLCC family?
That's a great question. So part of my life was and still is being a dog mom always. So on a personal note, that's so important to me. I was in university before NGLCC. At Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida. I studied philosophy and sexuality and women's and gender studies. And that was incredibly fulfilling and is really where I started my advocacy journey. I was very involved in the LGBTQ community in Orlando. Mm-hmm. And I got to work with Zebra Coalition, the homeless LGBTQ youth resource and support center in Orlando. And I got to work with a number of incredible people throughout my time there. And then also worked on special projects. So I had a job during college where I got to work directly with the director that oversaw our multicultural and diversity center at our school. And I got to work on special projects and initiatives through that office, including revamping and rolling out their safe zone training, which is something that rolled out across the school, which was really amazing. And I had some amazing work with a local nonprofit coffee shop that its mission was to support the local community and help grow and scale community-based organizations that were helping low-income students and youth and families in need. And so I was very fortunate to be in an ecosystem that sort of prepped me for advocacy. And my university had a program that supported students to go to Washington, D.C. to do an LGBTQ advocacy internship. And I was one of the students selected for the summer of 2014, which is when I ended up interning at NGLCC, which completely changed my life. And here I am today.
Yes, here you are. And so that's the Sabrina of the past. And now do you have any plans for the future? Of course, we don't want you to leave NGLCC. We need you. We need you. Everybody that is affiliate company at the NGLCC, we know that we need you. But do you have any personal plans that you want to fulfill in the next years?
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, the coronavirus environment really shifts your perspective and it reminds you of what your priorities in life are. And I'm very fortunate that before the virus, I was working remotely out of New York. And I'm not going anywhere. I love what I do. I love supporting LGBTQ entrepreneurs. So that is not something that's going to change. But this has definitely reminded me after being, 6 or 7 years now, into city living. It reminded me how much I miss nature. And here I have the ocean. My partner and I have recently taken up camping as our new hobby. So when we have time, we go out into the mountains and we're going to come to Peru one of these days as well. You're going to have to give us an amazing tour. I know you will. But we're really just reevaluating our priorities and what's going to make us happy in life. And I think for me, that means escaping city living for a little bit and reconnecting with nature. I think that's really where I find myself to be most centered. And so you'll see in the years and months ahead, I'll probably be embarking on some exciting adventures and really taking advantage of what the US has to offer at this point anyway. And then maybe one of these days utilizing my dual citizenship to Canada and going to explore the natural splendor up there in my home country. So for now, that's the short term, year to year and a half plan. But as you know, the environment is changing every day. So who knows what I'll say 6 months from now and where I'll be.
Exactly. And it's funny that you mentioned Canada because one of the cities a part of Washington, D.C. that I am in love and that's the reason why, one of the reasons why I keep coming back there. And a part of, that I have so many friends that are around that I just pick up the phone and I just walk a couple blocks and I bump on many friends there. But Vancouver is one of my favorite cities, definitely. And I can't wait to go back, especially, since we're from South America, and this part, that we need visas almost from everywhere, for everywhere. So I have the visa to go to back to Canada. So we have to explore Canada maybe together one day.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Mhm.
It is such a beautiful country. So I'm proud to be a Canadian, and I'm proud to be able to take advantage of living there if things do not go well in the
Mhm.
next few months in the US.
Yes. Let's everything hope for the best in general around the world, and
Yeah.
less people has to move from their own countries to make a better life. But before
Yeah.
we continue, I have to have a sip. Oh, mm, I recognize
NGLCC
the
mug.
yes. It's always in my heart. I have it every morning here with my coffee. So I keep remember, I had a goal before. And the goal was a part of meeting all of you at the office and everything, and work all what we've been working, little things that we've been doing together. That there is a good future. So that's what we have to keep it a part of all of our projects, personal projects, and enjoy our family.
Yes. Yes. It's so important. It's so important. And if there's one thing I've learned in 27 years, it's that, the relationships that we have with family, friends, loved ones, whether it's your chosen family or your biological family, adopted family, guardians, whatever that looks like for you, that is the most important thing. That is what keeps the world moving and keeps us centered as human beings. It's all about the relationships we have. And I think this situation, coronavirus, has really reminded people of that.
Hmm. So, what it's well, you are working remotely, as I understand, all these months. What is happening with NGLCC lately? I think that you are continue doing the virtual pitch.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. We're doing every month, twice a month on Fridays, we do the NGLCC LGBT Sip and Pitch Fridays program, which is truly phenomenal. We love to see our corporate partners, LGBT businesses, and affiliate chambers coming together for that program to see the types of innovative products and services that LGBTQ business owners have and what they have to offer. That has just been a great time to be with community and to enjoy one another. Like you said, we usually would run into each other at national dinner or a conference. And since we don't have that luxury right now, really what we've been focusing on is creating as much opportunity in the virtual world as possible. So we have Sip and Pitch, we have our NGLCC Webinar Wednesdays series, and pretty soon, in November, we're going to be hosting our Unity Week programming in collaboration with some of our other diverse chambers of commerce to really ensure that we're continuing to make business grow. We've got some virtual matchmaking opportunities coming up so that we can be sure that we're connecting LGBT suppliers with corporate partners and with one another. And we're really just focused on supporting our business community right now. There are really scary numbers out there for what the future of small business looks like, not just in the US, but globally. And we want to do our part to ensure that as many LGBTQ businesses as possible are going to continue to thrive and make it through these tough times. It was why we had the opportunity last year to launch or to present the Accelerate Certified LGBTBE Capacity Development Program in partnership with Wells Fargo and Dell Technologies. And we launched that at the beginning of this year, originally intending for it to be an in-person program. And we actually have such a strong benefit of now being
Mm-hmm.
virtual because we were able to expand the businesses that could be a part of it. We were able to deliver programming with speakers that can actually show up anytime, any place because we're virtual. And I think that impact is so important. And I think there are a lot of lessons learned from COVID that there are so many more things that we can be doing in a virtual world outside of what we do with our in-person engagements to keep folks connected and to expand our reach, because there are people that would just never be able to come to certain in-person events, whether it be because of finances or timing and calendars, whatever the case may be. And now we're really able to work with these people and meet new folks who are looking to be supported as LGBTQ business owners. And that is exactly what we're here to do. So I'm not going to pretend that it's been an easy time for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, but I do feel optimistic at the end of the day about where we're going to be as an LGBT business community after all this is over.
Exactly, exactly, and we have to keep positive, because if we don't start doing that, everything is gonna fail. You have to believe in yourself, in your product, and people is going to start buying. And going back to the business pitch, just so you know, and this idea of entrepreneurs LGBTQ came after I actually was one of the guys in the pitch. So I received all these nice advices from these other corporate partners. And that's how I ended up, giving a space to all these entrepreneurs out there.
That's amazing. And that's exactly what Sip and Pitch is designed to do. We see not only amazing idea generation, but a lot of organic business as a result. I've heard of a couple businesses that have received contracts or in the discussion about receiving contracts with corporate partners. I see a lot of business to business opportunity happening, and then a lot of direct to consumer as well. I mean, we see somebody pitch a great product, and then all of a sudden people in the audience are getting online and they're ordering it because they're sitting right next to their computer, in front of their computer, and they want to support LGBT businesses. And that's what we need to do, is support the small business fabric of our global economy.
Exactly. And if you are still not familiar with NGLCC and all the cool work that they do for our LGBTQ plus businesses, you have to log in at nglcc.org and get registered. Go to your local chamber, no matter you're in the US, based in Canada, based in Colombia, Uruguay, Mexico, Costa Rica. So you just log in, look for your global chamber or your local chamber, and you can get all these benefits to get together with other corporate partners. Absolutely. Sabrina, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to have you here. But before we go, what is your favorite food? What can you recommend us to eat?
Yes. Oh, wow. That's a great question to end on. And I think how much of a foodie I am. So that's a tough one. I always have a tough time choosing favorites. But I'm Indian. And so for me, probably my favorite meal is my mom's beef curry with a side of aloo prontas. That's probably my most favorite thing in the world. When I was a kid and my mom, birthdays would come up or whatever, if it was my brother's birthday or my birthday, mom would say, "What do you want?" It's like, "We want beef curry. We want beef curry. Make beef curry." So I'm really missing my mom right now. She's in California, really missing her and her cooking, but pretty soon I'll be able to see her and eat all the food that I want. So.
Oh, that's the best. That is absolutely the best. So we are expecting to see those pictures. Please keep posting pictures of your trips. And when you go to California to see your mom, please post that, because people want to know more. What are you doing too?
I will. And Aaron, thank you so much for having me. I'm so amazed to see you continue to blossom and grow. It's no surprise whatsoever, but I am so happy to consider you a friend and a colleague, and really appreciate you including me in this.
Exactly. And I consider you my friend too, my very close friends from the beginning. So have a great time in Florida. Say hello to your partner. And we are going to say goodbye to our people who is watching us. And stay tuned for the next episode of Entrepreneurs LGBTQ. Ciao.
Bye.